Hello everyone, thank you for watching today's online seminar, The Forefront of Accepting Foreign Human Resources from the Field of Children, Employment and Health. This is the first of 3 sessions of the special subject program, Migrants and Japanese Society. Today's theme is Childrearing and Institutions. Recently, there are beliefs spread among Brazilian community that percentage of Brazilian students enrolled in Japanese education system is much higher than Japanese students in terms of autism, emotional disabilities, and special needs classes. This is worrisome. It could cause psychological burden on Brazilian students and their parents, and could also lead to friction between the Brazilian community and Japanese society. There is a need to verify information. This study found no significant differences between Japanese and Brazilian students. We are now in the process of conducting likewise survey to the previous one in other municipalities as part of this project. Next, about our activity, based on the common understanding of the project members to deliver accurate information. We are making multilingual website in English, Portuguese, and Japanese. This project aims to build a network so that psychologists in various regions can share information on consultation and coordinate. Word spread among migrants that their children are easily placed in special classes because they are not doing well at school. Assumably, because they couldn't help but think in such way, but the fact proved actually different. However, it does make me think that since the focused area was a migrant community, there should be a system in place for experts to make a thorough assessment of the situation for their children. Such systems should be rolled out nationwide for communities where non-Japanese live concentratedly, and there should be no area that are underserved regardless of population. The survey results will be compiled, and we will hold seminars and make recommendations to the national and local governments so that foreign parents can obtain necessary information and raise their children appropriately. This network proceeded in cooperation with the Nagoya Regional Immigration Services Bureau. Each citizens group has been working to support foreign residents and multicultural conviviality in their respective areas and are firmly rooted in the community. Based on the knowledge and experience gained, each group can now make proposals to the government through the Nagoya Immigration Services Bureau. Through this project, we see various issues children face before and after enrolling in school. Preschool age is the most important period for both children and parents, so the society should not just rely on individual parents' effort, but also engage with them during child rearing. I hope this will lead to a society engaging in child rearing of parents and children of foreign roots. We are working together with the hope of connecting. I don't think there are many places other than this area where you can form a network like this across prefectures and do joint projects. It is crucial to make joint proposals and disseminate information. There is a limit to what individual groups could do. About 18,000 children of foreign nationality are born every year in Japan. We thought that Brazilian babies are the most born, but found that Vietnamese babies were the most born. Nowadays, we can see the number of children at the age of 0 by nationality. So we know they will be entering elementary school in the upcoming years. My first thought was, we can take various measures to prepare in advance. People here tend to see migrants as foreign workers accepted in the country. But the fact is, number of migrants have settled and the number of babies is increasing. In a sense, they are valuable human talents for local governments and of the future. So I think we should support them well. In the government's comprehensive measures for acceptance and coexistence of foreign nationals, policy number 16 was with regards to building network with foreign national supporters. That was a time Mr. Fujiwara, the Director General of the Nagoya Immigration Services Bureau then, asked us if we could build such network in Tokai area since he had known about us for a long time. NPOs in the Tokai area had long relationship with each other already, and I thought we could do something in the area. So I first contacted the prefectural government in charge of international affairs and asked for them to get in touch with various organizations in each prefecture. And I proceeded by introducing the concept to other stakeholders. I have two grandsons, a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. When I was rearing my children, I was so busy that I didn't realize at that time. But when I observed my grandchildren, I think the period from birth to entering elementary school is an important time for children to build their foundation in various areas, such as intelligence, physical strength, and sensitivity. The members of the Network for Intercultural and Inclusive Society are about the same age with me and also have grandchildren around the same age. We discussed how important that period was. Since all NPOs were already supporting children after entering elementary school, I proposed focusing on babies, literally from when they are born. Since I gave birth to my younger son in Brazil, I could imagine the loneliness and hardship of raising a child away from home. I wanted to be of help, and people agreed and cooperated. For example, acute stress disorder was mentioned. It is an acute symptom of stress caused by depression, anxiety, behavioral problems, and adaptation to a different culture, etc. When mental and behavioral difficulties are observed, it is important to determine whether it is a pre-existing or a recent stress reaction because it makes difference how you cope with it. There was also discussion about the importance of language skills because it not only affects school works, but also friendships, self-confidence, and mental state of the child. We heard some opinions that since language takes time to learn, adults surrounding the child should be considerate to introduce, for instance, sports activities that do not require language, which could lead to children making friends. Unmistakably, if we can follow up parents and children as mentioned, they may be able to solve problems to a certain extent. But if that doesn't happen, we need professional support such as Yamada-san's activity. We still have yet to work in those areas. In fact, although we use the expression psychologist bank, there are already organizations that are working on similar projects to Sabija. However, what we are aiming for this time is the sharing information among psychologists and the dissemination of information on what was done and how things were solved to those areas without psychologists. We hope that this will encourage more people to start new activities. One of the reasons Sabija counseling gains attention is that we use the Brazilian version of WISC test kit. WISC is a general intelligence test, and experts agree that judgment should be made carefully in order to assess the results. The results of Japanese test and the Sabija psychologist test result, proved to be the same as far as I know, which means that Japanese whisk test and Brazilian whisk resulted the same. But rather than the results, the fact that the parents listened and were satisfied should bring better impact to their relationship with the school afterwards, which is a good thing.
学校側との関係性などに影響していくということで、良いことではないかなと思っています。
With the spread of COVID-19, we are increasingly working together with migrants in terms of preventing the spread of infection and inform the people about vaccinations and so on. They are taking things as their own issue and working to make the community stronger. I've been thinking lately there is no longer a clear distinction between supporters and beneficiaries. Everyone can help doing whatever they can as a player in the level playing field, which is important. I think it is important to support people of foreign roots seamlessly. From the time they are born, through elementary, middle, and high school, university, to the time they start working. In this way, people will grow to truly support Japan, and they will become talents who will build the future of this country together. I'd like to contribute in this way, and thank you very much for this great opportunity today. I thank the speakers and audience taking part via YouTube. Thank you everyone for your great participation.